Today's video is all about carotenoids. I'm going to be telling you what they are and where you can find them in the diet, all the best sources so you can maximize your intake of these carotenoids and ultimately benefit your health. Now, in addition to that, I'm going to be telling you the different functions that carotenoids have. They have a wide variety of functions in the body, can help with a lot of different diseases, so that's going to be extremely interesting. Now, in addition to that, I'm also going to be telling you a bit about how carotenoids are stored in the body and, how we can supplement carotenoids and if there's any merit to that, if that could be beneficial, and also how carotenoids are absorbed in the body, how efficient that process happens, and how we can maximize our absorption of the carotenoids. So with that being said, my name's Sam Ernal and I specialize in human nutrition. Everything that I'm telling you here is up-to-date nutrition knowledge. It's all fully referenced, no woo-woo stuff, so you can be sure that you're in safe hands. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. First of all, what are carotenoids and where to find them? Well, basically, carotenoids are naturally occurring compounds that give that kind of deep yellow, red, orange colour to a lot of fruits and vegetables. So they're abundant in all of them, but also there's a lot of them in dark green leafy vegetables. All green leafy vegetables really, but especially the dark green leafy vegetables. But just because they have a lot of chlorophyll in them, which is a green pigment, it means it actually hides the colours of the carotenoids. But yeah, them are your best sources there. And now researchers have identified like hundreds of different carotenoids. There's so many, and to be honest, I think there's loads that we haven't found already. So the best way to kind of get them, because really in a typical diet in America, in the UK, people are only getting a very small amount of these carotenoids, and you really want to maximize your health. If you're all about that health maximization, you're going to want the full spectrum of carotenoids because each individual one offers unique health benefits. Many we don't know already because there's so many, like the research hasn't been done on them, but all the ones that we have done research on seem highly beneficial for different reasons. So this is why I always preach in all my videos, and if any of you have watched any of my other content, then it's all about getting that wide variety of fruits and vegetables. It sounds so basic, but literally a lot of nutrition is common sense. I'm not trying to scam you, I'm not trying to sell you any supplements. It really is the basics, and eating a wide variety of fruits and vegetables is one of the absolute best things you can do for your health. Now we've covered that kind of topic. We'll basically go into the functions of carotenoids, what they do. Basically, some carotenoids are what are known as pro-vitamin A compounds. That means that they can be converted into retinol, which is a form of vitamin A. If I'm kind of losing you a bit with that idea, then you want to check out my vitamin A video that I've done. That's on my channel. So anyway, the other main function of carotenoids is they act as antioxidants, which they help reduce free radical damage. Now, free radical damage is basically thought to form the basis of several age-related chronic diseases, okay? So if we can limit this free radical damage, then we can basically reduce our risk of all these degenerative conditions such as premature aging, cancer, atherosclerosis, cataracts, age-related macular degeneration, which is the leading cause of blindness, and also stuff like bone loss and diabetes. So I can't stress how important it is to make sure you're getting a wide variety of fruits and vegetables in your diet so you're getting a full spectrum of carotenoids. Right, now I've been talking all about these carotenoids and how you need a wide variety of fruits and vegetables in your diet. But a lot of people these days are looking for the shortcut, looking for the easy answer, and in that case it would be supplementation. Can you not just supplement these compounds? Well, yeah, you can. You can buy carotenoid supplementation tablets and stuff, but the results of them have been very mixed, and there's actually been a lot of negative effects found from these, so I would personally avoid it. Just as a rule of thumb, like usually all these beneficial effects, they come from the actual foods themselves, and especially with carotenoids, all these beneficial effects, these are observed when you're taking the carotenoids in the whole complete food form as nature intended it, not isolated compounds, okay? When it comes to nutrition, you've got to use your common sense, and I don't say this in a patronizing way because I didn't think of it this way for a long time, but you have to work with nature in order to achieve ultimate health. Or, if you want to be the healthiest, strongest version of yourself, you have to work with nature. There's no way around it. All these processing techniques and adding this in, adding that in, adding these fertilizers, doing this and that to all the crops and stuff, and genetically engineering them for different desirable tastes and this and that, making fruits sweeter than they should be and not as bitter, and reducing the medicinal properties of all these plants and stuff. It's just made the food a poorer source of nutrition. So if you want the best health for you, a wide variety of fruits and vegetables, minimally processed, as much the natural wild state as possible, which I know is very hard to do in this day and age. Organic produce costs like an absolute fortune, especially in the UK. So don't really worry about it. It's better to have a wide variety of fruits and vegetables, even if they are all just conventional produce and they've all been sprayed with this and that. It's better to have them than have none at all. If you can buy organic and you're in that position, then yes, I would buy organic. If you can go even further than that and find out where all this produce was grown, what the kind of soil conditions are like there, what the environmental pollution's like where they were grown, then yeah, please do. But just for now, that wide variety of fruits and vegetables is going to be the best thing you can do. Okay, so now we've learned our lesson on don't try and cheat nature. It's not going to work out well. Maybe you might see some short-term benefits, but it'll quickly turn back on you. Now, storage and transport of kind of these carotenoids, well, basically, the liver and the adipose tissue are the main stores of carotenoids, but they're found all over the body. They have a wide variety of functions that affect like all your body systems, so I couldn't really give a proper storage place for them. Now, basically they're found in the fibrous proteins of foods, and are tightly bound, these carotenoids. So you only actually absorb about 20 to 40% of them, and as you eat more of that food, this can drop down to 10% or even less absorption. So that kind of highlights that if you want carotenoids, you're like, oh, well, carrots are a good source of carotenoids. I'm going to eat a whole bag of carrots. Well, it won't work that way, because your body will regulate it, and in the first carrot you eat, you might be absorbing 20-40%. Then in the second carrot, that might drop down to 20 to 30%. And the third carrot, it might drop down to 10 to 20%. That's just a hypothetical example, but that's just to show you how it works. Now, with this low rate of absorption, obviously the question is going to be, how can we increase it? So basically, dietary fat, dietary protein, and vitamin E have all been shown to enhance absorption of these carotenoids. Now, in addition to that, you've also got to chew your food well, guys. I know this sounds really basic, and it might be something you tell your children, or you're told as a child, but really digestion does start in the mouth. Well, some people argue it actually starts before, but for the sake of this video, let's just say digestion starts in the mouth, and it's really important to break down them chemical bonds in the food to release the carotenoids. So yeah, make sure you chew your food properly. Now, with that being said, some things like tomato products, as you actually cook them, that increases the antioxidants effects of like beta carotene and lycopene, so that can be really beneficial. A lot of people think raw food is sometimes the best. I definitely do encourage a lot of raw food consumption, but sometimes cooking stuff can also have beneficial effects. Same with, there's a lot of research saying if you stir fry these veg, just like, quickly, just a few minutes, that can actually increase your absorption of the carotenoids, help release them and make them more absorbable to the body. So, I hope I haven't ranted on at you too long. I hope you found this video interesting. The takeaway message, if you just didn't take in anything I said, is eat a wide variety of fruits and vegetables. That's the best piece of advice I can give you on carotenoid consumption. Okay, guys. If you like the video, please leave me a like. If you've got any more questions about carotenoids, leave them down below. I'll try my best to answer them. But yeah, until next time, I'll see you later.